All right, so we're live. We're trying this again. So, hey, if you're watching this, my name is Chris. And what we're going to do here is hold on, I got to update this. Let's go. All right, much better. I was this is my first time streaming. The first half of this, I had a few technical glitches, which was expected. So here we are. We're going to be watching the second half together. And yeah, I'll just repeat a few things here because the first half I was late. I was just talking with some family, technical glitches. But let's do it this way. So what you're seeing on the screen is, of course, I cannot stream the actual game. All right, so I'm going to use some of the websites out there. I have Twitter up because then we can actually, looking at the Twitter sphere, we can see some of the live updates, some of the live highlights. Right. The opening ceremony was earlier today. And again, I actually have no. This is a new channel, right? It says something like Stream 90. I'm just doing this as a project, a hobby. I just want to, go through the process of starting a YouTube channel. And, what I will do is probably document and keep some, take some notes and share it with anybody else that wants to do it because it's pretty easy. But once you have a guide and you have some help, then it makes it a lot easier. But again, it could be challenging because if you've never, focused on or thought about sharing content live, like on video or YouTube, uh, it's a learn. There's a learning curve, like everything, right? So again, we're gonna do this for the World Cup. If you just want to watch along and just, it's not gonna be all soccer. I'm not gonna soccer, football, or football. You know, we'll try to make it very inclusive of the whole world. It's one of those events that, yeah, it's the whole world is watching this game. So again, I cannot show the game, but I will have it in the background here. I'm gonna listen to the broadcast, and if they yell goal, I'm gonna yell goal, so we'll know when there is a goal. And but if you're watching here, again, let me give you a quick catch up. So in the first half, and we'll go to a live score for this. In the first half, we've had two goals, and so there was a goal in 3 minutes into the match, but it was ruled not a goal by the bar, right? And then Ecuador followed up with two goals, both done by Ener Valencia, and he actually had to leave the game in the first half, and it did look like he was pretty hurt. Actually, he tried to stay on. It's the World Cup, but let me just scroll down here. I actually just saw it on one of these feeds. I thought he had stayed in the game, but I was mistaken. He actually did come off, and you can see he hit the goal celebration. So this is the I believe this was the second goal. Yeah. So, anyways, Ener Valencia, here he is, right? You got to feel for him. Ener Valencia, yeah, he scored two goals, and then he had to leave the first half. And when you have your hands like that, when you see that, that's you got to feel for him because everybody's been waiting for this moment, for this stage, to represent their country. And this year's a special year because, all right, so a little bit about the World Cup. It's every 4 years, as you might have already been aware of, but normally it's taking place during the calendar months of June, July, right? So um, this year, it's obviously November 20th or 21st, depending on where you are in the world. But the idea is it's special because the time shift, and so because it's in November, typically the World Cup happens when all of the other domestic leagues, so like the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, Italy Serie A, right? Every country has their soccer season for the most part. I mean, mainly not every country. So like in Europe, I should really say, in the United States and in South America, there's a different calendar. But the point is, they had to stop. So they're taking a break because now the players that are playing in the World Cup are taking stage here at the World Cup. And so when the World Cup is over in December, there's a short rest window, and all the players got to go back to their respective club teams to resume playing their competitions, right? So, you might say, that's what they're paid to do, and it's true, that is what they're paid to do, but they're going to be tired. They're only human. And so it's really an interesting dynamic to see all of this to say with Ener Valencia going out of the game. He if he's out for the World Cup or if he's out for a longer period, it's not just the World Cup that he may miss. He might miss his other games when he goes back to his respective club, which I don't know which club he plays for actually, but we can find that out over time. And to that point, here we go. Okay, so yeah. So uh, again, let's just take a quick scan at the Twitter sphere over here. And so this is cool, right? So it looks like somebody uploaded a video. Let's not put the audio for now, but let's see what we got. Okay, Ecuador fan, just show me the money. Is that what we're saying? Show me the money? Okay. That's fun. That's fun. That's cool. Yeah, it looks like it was. Show me. Okay. Well, it might not be the most friendly friendly environment, but it looks like two opposing fans. Hey, that's part of the game. Let's keep it peaceful. We don't need to get into any of that controversy. So let's look at this then. Look at just the Ecuadorian fans that made it all across the world, halfway across the world, celebrating, right? Teams celebrating their Enter Valencia. Hopefully he didn't get hurt from this jump, right? You wouldn't think so. An athlete at his caliber. But the opening ceremony was today. It looked pretty cool. I actually missed it. I was actually late today. I had to, just doing some stuff. I don't know that I can. Here we go. Shout out Messi. I don't know that I can do this for every game. I'm gonna try. I really am gonna try. But like I was saying, because it's the World Cup is in November, and it's during the normal windows of competitions throughout the world, especially the big leagues. The World Cup is also shortened, meaning there are more games happening and at a much faster pace. So today there's only one game. That's typically the tradition. The host country, so Qatar. I'm also my brain is crossing signals in terms of the correct pronunciation. I apologize, but the host country usually always has the honor of playing the first game on the first day. It's not. I don't think. Yeah. Is it the case? Yeah. I think so. I think so. But tomorrow there will be 3 games, and then for the rest of the group stages there will be 4 games a day. All right. So let's look at the schedule actually. So let's actually get that going. Hold on. Okay, cool. So actually, I am producing this by myself, and so if you see me kind of looking over here and I'm clicking things, but you don't really see things happening over here, it's only because I just gotta get it ready. And don't mind me. I'll try to keep talking because I know it can get boring. Also, there's a chat here, which that was part of the technical itches in the first one. Let me actually do that first. Let me see if we got. I'm not like promoting this. There's no business. I just want to be able to have fun and do whatever, right? I just don't care so much about like making money or anything like that. And so you see some stats. What are these stats? Top chat. Cool. So let me just write here, make sure this works. I'm just starting out and just having fun. Watch along with me. Cool. Stream 90, yeah, Stream 90. I'm gonna change that. It was just a little, setting up the channel just to pick something and just to kind of give it a little bit of flavor. But it's an imaginary brand. There is no website. You don't have to like. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not asking for that. And actually, so talking about the YouTube, there's when people always say, hey, like and subscribe, so actually as you're creating content and you're sharing things on your channel, YouTube will open up and unlock more features as you're growing your channel. So like as soon as you get 50 subscribers, as soon as you get 100 subscribers, right, they're like these rewards which allow you to, let's say, live stream from a cell phone, or live stream from or start unlocking other features. Like the big one is 1,000, because then you can ask for donations or tips or money, whatever. But I'm not going for that. At least for this purpose at the beginning, where it's just about just streaming, creating a space if other people want to join, and just having fun. If I can share how to do this and people want to take a stab and have fun with that, by all means, let's go. That's cool. I would love to hear some success stories, but I just closed the window. What? Okay, we're good. So yeah, so I am producing this by myself, right? So I am making all these screen changes and adjustments. And so let's see what Wayne Rooney talking some trash, right? Okay, Wayne Rooney used to play for England. He used to be, I believe, he's a coach now. So we have I hear the announcer. Oh, that was a shot and a save by the Qatari goalie. And by the way, every time they yell goal, I will yell goal. So don't worry, we will not miss any goals. I promise you that. All right. So Ecuador actually has it well. You know what? We got to go back to the live score over here. We got to go to the live score. So I'm going to be looking at this screen over here. And let's look at the stats. And it looks like there's going to be a corner, but okay, just looking at this, if you look at the right side, that is Ecuador, and then on the left side here, that is Qatar. So shots on target, 2 in favor of Ecuador. They have two, each have 2 shots off target, but I mean, let's be real. The main thing is it's 2-0, the goals, right? So it's 2-0 Ecuador. We're about 10 minutes into the second half in the 55th minute. And the possession was ending the first half, it was like 70-30 Ecuador. So now that it's actually leveled out, Qatar is definitely starting to even out the game, and also it looks like Ecuador's best player had left the pitch. So in fact, let's confirm that. Let's look at that. Let's go to the lineup here. Enter Valencia. So it does not look like he's been subbed, and so he's probably still in the game. He's still in the game. Looks like he was just taken off for observation, but he's still in the game. So I don't want to say that he's been there without their best player. I correct myself. I stand corrected. But to go back to the stats, yeah, the game has been pretty one-sided, and so where Qatar does seem to have some more higher numbers, with fouls and yellow cards, not necessarily a good thing, right? Not necessarily a good thing. But hold on here, where are we at? I just lost my chat, I think. No, I didn't. There it is. Chat with my own one message here, but again, it's really, I'm just doing this for me. But this was a big one here. 10 crosses for Ecuador, 1 for Qatar, right? So the cross, when you're on the side of the pitch, you're running down to your opponent's goal, and you pass it right in, woo, all the way in like that. Ecuador has 10 of those, and they scored on 1 of them, right? So that's big. They just showed a stat that the second half possession is actually 56% in favor of Qatar. So Ecuador only has 44% in the second half. So this is for the entire game. Quite a bit right there. Quite a difference in the possession here. But it is even leveling out. Now, can Qatar do anything with the remaining 30 minutes or so? For 30, 40 minutes, we will see. Let's just go back to Twitter. Let's just see what we got going on over here. So the newspapers are starting to publish. We got some video. Here, you know what? Let's pull up the goals. Can we pull up a goal? So here he is, right? So he's down. He's hurt. Oh, wait, but this is a different game. This is not this game here. So call that clickbait, right? Let's take a look at some of the people that are there. There you go. Ecuador, a lot of Ecuador fans over there, huh? That's quite. So here, you know what? Let's just take a look at the Google Maps over here. Let's get this picture off. We'll go back to that. And if you're curious, I am actually big into geography, and so we're not going to make this all about geography. But check it out. Ready? So here we go. Whoop. Oh my God, magic, right? So here we go. We got Ecuador right over here, towards the left side, right around there. And Qatar, where everybody's playing, is up over here. So it's quite the distance. And then just focusing on South America for a minute. Oops. The other teams that have qualified, we have Brazil, we have Uruguay, we have Argentina, and Peru actually was in 5th place. And so the special thing about the 5th place team in South America is that you don't automatically qualify for the World Cup. You have to play a playoff with another team from another continent or federation. So they actually lost their playoff to Australia. So Australia made it to the World Cup. They're playing in these upcoming days. And that is because they beat Peru. So Peru, unfortunately, did not make it. So South America is only represented right now by 4 countries. But, Brazil and Argentina are some of the favorites. Uruguay's pretty strong squad as well. So it doesn't mean that they don't have a shot. But where are we in the world right now? Or where are they in the world? But we are all watching the World Cup here in Qatar. And again, maybe Qatar. I apologize. I will learn. We all can learn, right? So Qatar is a relatively small country when you're thinking of it from size, right? And Doha is really the center of everything. So for this particular game, they are playing. Let's see if I can scroll right into it without looking for it. It's somewhere. Nope. I believe it is known as. So let's get out of here, right? Here we go. I actually had it saved from before. So they are playing right here. Okay, so they're actually not in Doha technically. They're way north. And so let's just take a look at the satellite view. Right, look at that. I mean, it's a desert, right? So that's the other interesting thing is because they're playing it in the November calendar months. I mean, that is the reason why. I didn't even get into the reason why, but it's the heat, the temperature, right? So I believe this might have been while it was still being developed, but this is where they are playing right now. And so, yeah, that is a little. We'll do some more Google Map virtual touring for sure, but for now we won't block the rest of the Twitter feed here. And so again, I'm just starting out. I'm just trying to have some fun. You know, I think over time, especially when we get more games during the day, we'll get the chat going. I'll start sharing the links with some other people, and then we'll get some people joining us, and maybe we'll have some live interviews, and maybe I'll have some pre-recorded interviews. This is just day one, game one, and the second half, right? So I recorded the first half. It got glitched out. I will have to re-upload it. I will upload it, but that's the point. There's nothing really like. There's no pressure. Just gonna have some fun. Let's go back to Twitter. Let's go back to see what we have going on. Wow, look at this, huh? Just people having fun. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see here. We want beer. We want beer. Ecuador fans chanting as they romp to a win. Hold on. Let's see it. Let's hear it. Let's check this out. Queremos cerveza. Queremos cerveza. We want beer. We want beer. That's interesting. So I believe it is a dry law. It's a dry country, meaning they don't serve alcohol, at least not in public spaces. There are going to be dedicated spaces where people can buy beer, right? And Budweiser's, I think, is the official sponsor. I might be wrong on that, but the point is they want beer. And I think they're saying that because they don't have beer. So, fine. So to each their own. What else have we got here? Looks like Justin Timberlake is neither keeper has made a save yet in Qatar or Ecuador. Shots on target, 3. So technically, I think the Qatari goalie made 1 save, right? Because it's 2 goals and there's 3 shots on target. So yeah, 1 minute. Justin Timberlake, you might be off on that, but I see what you're saying, right? And here's the penalty. So this is the first goal. No, this is not the first goal. This is actually the header. This was a header, a cross. I was trying to find this video, but this is pretty cool. Everybody had jumped up for the cross over here, and it actually went over everybody's head. And Ener Valencia, right, the guy that I thought was hurt, the star for Ecuador right now, and the World Cup, leading goal scorer of 2 goals, he just sat back and just headed that right in the perfect spot. I don't think any goalie may have been able to stop that. Like, that was just the most perfectly placed header. And so just unfortunate for the goalie over here, and that is what this tweet is referring to. That saves have not been made. And this is actually the penalty kick. So same, Ener Valencia, he went right, goalie went left. Listen, penalties are tough. It's a coin flip, right? You're just gonna try to guess where you gotta go, where the ball's gonna go. But so clearly offsides. The 3D. What is this? Wow, that's what they're using for the. I did not see that actually. So they're actually using this 3D renderings to track offsides. That's technology right there. That's technology right there. That might have been what was the first goal in the 3rd minute, but it was ruled not a goal by the VAR. So yeah, let's go back to the live score over here. We have had no subs yet. 2 goals. I'll put the tracker up, actually. This is pretty cool to give you a little bit of the flow of the game, right? So that way, if I'm not going to be doing the commentary, I'm not a professional play-by-play person. That's okay. But listen, this is the world's game, right? This is football. So in this particular tournament, broadcasted in almost every country. So if you're fortunate enough to watch it, then I appreciate you actually watching this alongside, right? That is the point. If you just want to watch it with somebody, I'm here. And over time, we'll start building an audience. And then we'll have some more fun, so all right, what time we at here? We're about to almost getting to the 65th minute. There are going to be 30 minutes left for this game. It does look like Ecuador is maintaining, just playing for the victory, which is obviously what you want to do, but what I mean is they're not necessarily trying to be overly aggressive to score another goal. especially if Ener Valencia is maybe a bit ginger, maybe he's a bit tender, or he's injured, flat out injured, because obviously he doesn't want to come out of these games. But um, we'll see. That doesn't mean Qatar doesn't need to keep playing aggressive and trying to make something happen. And so, like I said, I mean, again, I cannot stream the game. It will, I'm just starting this, and I don't need any YouTube strikes. I would like to keep using this, keep doing this. But here we go. Let's go back to the tracker. Here we go. And all right. So meanwhile, I'm gonna get this ready here. Let's go. Let's open up another little a page for Wikipedia to look at the schedule. So I'm gonna use Wikipedia for the World Cup schedule. And again, if you see me looking over here typing stuff, I'm just kind of getting this ready. So I'm doing this on my own. I do expect to have some other people join. Maybe, I'm not looking to make a professional broadcast or anything like that. It's not really the point. But what we do want to see is, let's look at the schedule, right? That's what I want to get at. I want to see the schedule. So here we go. Cool. This is exactly what I want. Oh, they actually have the hotels and everything of these of the teams. Yeah, that's funny. And I have more stories to share about my World Cup experiences. Actually, that's what I was late today. I was actually wishing people happy World Cup Day. My mom, my dad, and just and friends and family. It is a time that I enjoy. I do love just the game, soccer, football. And I'm just here also just trying to buy some time to open up this Wikipedia page. Again, I'm doing it by myself, so just give me a second. Here we go. Okay, give me like 10 seconds and we're in here. And cool. So what? Oh, hold on. Yeah. I'm just laughing because I'm obviously new at this, and again, I have zero standards. I mean, I want this to be enjoyable for sure, but I'm not trying to put pressure on myself either. Like, I'm just trying to have some fun. So that's why I'm laughing a little bit here, because get ready, watch this. It's like magic. And let's look at the schedule. So Group A. All right. This is right now. What is this? Here we go. So tomorrow, to round out Group A, we have Senegal against the Netherlands. All right, so this is local time. So it's the same start time as this game, so it's going to be the same time. But remember, so in November, if you're going to have a World Cup and you're making the rest of the biggest soccer competitions in the world stop their seasons, there's a little bit of a compromise. And what I'm getting at is there are going to be more games in a short amount of time. So there's going to be 4 games for the next, I don't know how many days, but a lot, 10 days or so. And then we're going to get to the elimination stage. And so it's actually a shorter World Cup in terms of dates. And tomorrow there will be 3 games. And so after tomorrow, that's when there's going to be 4 games a day. So if tomorrow there's only 1 game in the Group A for Senegal and Netherlands, here we go. Group B enters the action. And so England, the England fans, right? That's going to be, they're very vibrant, right? So England playing against Iran. And then the United States will be playing a neighbor of England's, Wales, right? So that will be a fun one. And I perhaps you could tell by my English accent that I'm not England English, but I speak dialect more from the United States English, American English, right? And I can definitely get some live reactions or some shout outs for that game. But yeah, so that's it for tomorrow. And then starting the 22nd of November, and it might be the 23rd, or depending on the time zones, right? Everybody's different. Now we got some interesting games then. Every game is interesting, especially in the beginning when everyone is into it. But what we have going on is Argentina. Messi. Can Messi do it? He just won his first trophy in the Copa America in South America. Can he get a World Cup? Because this is most likely his last one. Can he make the next World Cup in 4 years? Listen, he's one of the best in the world. Maybe. But before that, it all starts on the 22nd. So Argentina will play Saudi Arabia, and then for the rest of Group C, Mexico will play Poland. And so Mexico, you know, they're they've had a lot of shuffling around over the past few years, and the same could be said about the U.S. But listen, playing against Poland, Robert Lewandowski is on fire at Barcelona, and so that should be a good match. It really should be a good match. So Group C has some great opening matches, and then also on the 22nd, remember there's going to be four games a day now moving forward. We're going to have Group D, and we have defending champions. I just jumped down to France, but let's give them the honor. They are the defending champions, and they will be playing Australia. So again, welcome Australia. Shout out Australia. Good day, mate. Does that sound Australian? But this is Australia made it again because they beat Peru in the playoffs. So Australia actually played in Qatar already, because that was where the playoff game was held, and so they're actually familiar. They're one of the few teams that have actually been familiarized with the whole environment, and so does that help them? We will see, because playing your first game against the defending champions, and you just made the World Cup by the skin of your teeth, right? You just made it. It's going to be tough. But before then, Denmark against Tunisia. All right? Denmark against Tunisia. Denmark, they like, let me put it this way: in Europe, Denmark made the World Cup, and Italy did not. Sweden did not, and so it is time for Denmark to make their presence known, and so that should be a fun match to watch as well. And Tunisia, they representing the Confederation of African Football. I have to share that their fans and actually the Senegal fans as well. Actually, to be honest, every fan. I'm actually trying to name specific countries, but when you see the videos in the World Cup, and we'll go back to Twitter in a second, all of the fans are just, everybody's dancing. It is one of those few times in the world where you can, just people are watching the same event, just united in that sense, right? So that's on the 22nd. That will be the first game where there are 4 games a day. So let's just go through the first games of each group. I don't want to go through the whole schedule here, but then on the 23rd, so Group E and Group F will enter the picture. So that is when we start entering, teams like Germany and Spain. And so respectively, Germany will play Japan, and then Spain will follow up by playing Costa Rica. So that is on the 23rd. And so on the 23rd as well, the other 2 games, Morocco against Croatia, and Croatia runners up. So they lost to France in the last World Cup. So Morocco has a tough test. And then Belgium, very strong squad, playing Canada. Canada actually, I guess by standing, the best team out of the North American Federation. So Canada doing let's fact check that actually. I want to make sure that that's correct. We'll do that in a second. But I'm pretty sure Canada won the whole qualifying tournament. And then the last of the first games of the groups, I believe the last ones, yes. We have Group G and Group H. So before I get into this, let's do a little quick check on the game. So it's about 15 minutes left in the second half, 15 seconds left in the game. I've been listening in the background too, so it doesn't seem like there's a lot of action happening. We'll look at the stats on live score in just a second. In fact, I'll put it up if you want to check it out. But let me finish the Wikipedia rundown over here. Where'd we go? I just lost my window, but I'm back now. Here we go. So on the 24th, the remaining 8 teams that have yet to play will play on the 24th, at least for the first group games. And that is Switzerland against Cameroon. And then Brazil. All right. Brazil against Serbia. So again, Serbia, another underdog, right, if you will. Perhaps not such high expectations, but just making it. It's just gives Serbians, the Serbia fans, a chance just to watch their team during this time. It's the most exciting thing, and it's been a while since they've been in the World Cup, in fact. But Group G, so those are the 2 of the 4 games on the 24th, and Group H. This is where Uruguay and South Korea enter the world stage, rounding out with the final game of the first round of the group games of the group stage of the first round is Portugal. So of course we know Cristiano Ronaldo But he's not the entire team, of course. A starting 11, one is not the entire team, and so strong squad nonetheless, right? And they will be playing Ghana. They will be playing Ghana, and again, so starting from the 20, what was that? The 22nd. I was saying, starting from the 22nd with groups C and groups D. Yep, there will be 4 games a day, and they're pretty much equally spaced out, like 2 or 3 hours, 3 hours between the games, maybe 4, whatever they are, and yeah, so 13, 16, yeah, 3 hours apart, right? So there's literally going to be an 8-hour window, more, sorry, like a 9-hour window, where there is going to be soccer, being played on the world stage. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go back to the Twitter feed. Let's go back to see what we got going on. And so thank you, Wikipedia. You did your job. And we just got an update over here, so it's refreshing. And yeah, whatever. Watch every game. So let's just see here. An absolute. I believe this is sarcasm. Yep, because the sentiment is that the beginning was very exciting, and then it kind of slowed down. So, Rich Williams, yep. So I don't think he really means this, but Emmanuel is a bit more direct. But I got to be honest. I think every first match is always just, unless if you're the host country and you win, the sentiment is just like, all right, when's the next game coming? I mean, when's the next game? When's the next game? So it's just anxiousness, because then that's it. There's no more games for today, and then we gotta wait for tomorrow. But again, then we got 3 games a day, 4 games a day, so it's gonna be nonstop, and then when the best games are gonna happen. We're gonna see the best goals. So good luck explaining this offside decision to the casual fan. Oh, okay. So I'm not even going to try to explain it either. I understand. So because this guy was behind the goalie and the goalie was over here, they somehow. So Qatar is defending the Qataris, and then yeah, these are the Ecuadorian attackers, and so it looks like there's some controversy that there should not have been an offside call, or there was. I don't even know, but if that's what's being shared about this game, then I can understand why people are not so happy with the game here. But anyways, let's just keep going. Take a look at some of these pictures of the match. That's a cool photo. That was just a few minutes ago. All right, there was where are we over here? Where is this? Is this in Ecuador? No, this is not. Actually, I don't. Yeah, no good source here. I'm not sure exactly where. I don't see like the location. Okay, this does look like it's offside. So Ecuador just had a chance. It looked like they were about to score their third, but I believe they're saying that he was offsides. Oh yeah, so let's talk about this. The Golden Boot. So the Golden Boot is an award. It goes to the player with the most goals in the World Cup. And so Enter Valencia. Okay, so these are odds, right? So this is about betting. So if you were to bet Enter Valencia before the World Cup, for every 1 unit of currency, so if this is £1, $1, €1, one whatever, you would win 150. Sounds amazing, right? And now it's actually 14 to 1, meaning for every 1 euro, dollar, pound sterling, or whatever unit of currency, you get 14 back, 14 times. So it's a lot less because he has 2 goals. And we'll spend the day talking about the Golden Boot watch list, right? So we'll let the first games go by, because obviously this is the only game. So he's obviously the favorite, but nobody else has played. But usually when the player with 6, 5, 6, 7 goals is going to be the one winning the Golden Boot. So I think Kylian Mbappe was the Golden Boot winner in the last World Cup in Russia. And before that, I believe it was James Rodriguez in the World Cup in Brazil. At the time when Colombia was playing, did not qualify for the World Cup. So let's just keep going here. So yeah, the opening ceremony was today. Was earlier. Um, oh, again, very close, very close, very close to another type of goal. Uh, Here we got. Yeah, so in the beginning, so this is referring to the first goal in the first 3 minutes that was ruled offsides and was disallowed. Uh, it looks like there's already controversy, yeah, between the VAR and the decisions and the offsides, and so yeah, I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to have some fun here and enjoy the games, especially the rest of the games this week too, because this one looks like it's slowing down. Let's go back to the tracker over here. So as of the 80th minute, the possession has not moved much at all. It has not moved much at all. So actually, there was a stat on the broadcast that in the second half, Qatar had a lot more of a possession. But it looks like Ecuador is just maintaining that, and they're just going to go for the win. They're going to go for the 3 points. And yeah, actually, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the group standings here, which, again, I guess I can't do that right now. Yeah, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. I'm not going to do it for this game. Again, I got to actually get this set up a bit better, but for the other games, we'll have the standings. We'll have some, just reactions following up. I'm gonna do it over time, but like and subscribe if you want, or don't. Honestly, again, it's just a matter of a little bit of a hobby project. And by the way, that black bar that you see in the middle of the screen, I meant to fill it in with some more things, but again, some of my settings got messed up in the first half. I did not save them correctly, so I'm doing this by myself. I'm doing the best that I can, and if nothing, I appreciate you all joining me and watching. Even if you're just watching the replay, that's okay. That's what this is for. And oh yeah, I should mention that I will be doing Twitch. I am going to be setting up the Twitch channel and the Twitch stream, and I know Twitch is kind of considered more of like that video game streaming platform, right? And there's other ones. Twitch isn't the only one, but just to use Twitch as an example. I will also be streaming on Twitch, and so that's when I know that I'll be able to do a little bit more. And maybe I'll play some PlayStation. Maybe I'll play some FIFA. Maybe I'll actually start streaming FIFA games. I know when I was looking at YouTube for some of the soccer games or World Cup matches, I would get tricked into watching someone play FIFA. So, I get it, but I would rather, if I'm going to play, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to play and actually have me playing over the game. You might have seen other streamers do this. This is what the professional streamers do. They just talk while they're playing Call of Duty, while they're playing FIFA. And sorry, I thought the puppy was asking for some attention, but she's taking a nap. The mascot of the channel, Luna. And so what else? The game is almost over. Maybe some people might be happy to hear that, but at the same time, listen, it's only every 4 years where you can enjoy the first game of the World Cup, right? That's exactly what these fans are feeling. Now they're winning, so they're enjoying it a lot more, and they're there in person. So very cool. And what do we have over here? Emotions and actions. And World Cup kicks off. So hold on, let's go back to that. I wanted to see where. Cool picture of the stadium right here. Looks like it was before the match. No, it's an article. I don't care about the article. All right, here. What photos do we have here? Very cool. Very cool. Everyone just. Yeah, I mean that's awesome. Yeah. There was a pretty funny video of the Ecuadorian fans chanting, "We want beer, we want beer, queremos cerveza," because in Qatar it is a dry country, right? As many countries have this law, and so alcohol is permitted during the World Cup, but only in specific public spaces. And so I do not believe that you can purchase beer in the stadium, and so the Ecuadorian fans were just, voicing their desire to have a beverage during this hot match, if you will. Yeah, I don't know. I should have saved the video. So yeah, I'll get better at this. By the way, don't worry. Anything I find interesting, I will save them. Looks like it's. Here we go. Yeah, and then actually, so as this is happening, we can. Look at some of the videos. So look at that actually. So here we go. So there is beer here in the stadium, but it looks like it's Bud Zero. This is the menu. Cool. So let's take a look at the menu, right? Uh, you got some snacks, some shawarma, hot dog, beef burger. So QAR. I don't know how much that is really the currency exchange. Oh, there was almost a chance for Qatar. They just missed. That was the. So I'll try to do my best to be able to explain what was happening, but there was a long ball. Oof! Wow. It was a long ball and one. Oh, that was a shot on the first time too. I wish I could show you guys the stream. Oh, it was a first touch shot. Oh my! He almost right over the goal. He's so close. He landed on top of the goal. That's the best chance that they had, and they got to keep doing it if they want to try to at least to get a draw and tie the game. But what are we trying to do up here? So here, I'm gonna try to figure this out right now. So 1 QAR to the US dollar, it's about 27 cents. So what about the 23 pence for the pound sterling? And I think the euro is roughly the same. So yeah, 27. So for example, if we have, can you guys even see that? Can you see the currency exchange? No, you can't. So I gotta speak it out loud. Okay, that's okay. So for example, let's just use the what's an easy price here? Popcorn. Popcorn is 10 QAR. I'm not sure what the exact currency is, how it's labeled, but if it's 10, then that means that's about 2 euros and 66 cents, if you will. I believe it's cents, or in British pound sterling, it's about 2 quid, 31 pence, and in US dollars, it's about $2.75 for popcorn. Which, hey, at a stadium for an event, it's not that bad compared to the US. Actually, that's not bad at all. It's actually very, very fair pricing. Now, I don't know the size of the popcorn, but anyways, pretty cool. Thank you for sharing this this picture here for the menu. And actually, yeah, so this is 30, then this is about, I guess, $6, pounds, euros, right? And notice, though, it's 0. So it's actually alcohol-free beer, which that actually makes sense for sure. And that's cool. So that's the official cup. This is a pretty cool cup as a memorabilia. Actually, I have one from one of the previous World Cups. There you go. We got a video. Let's take it out. Let's check it out. What do we got over here? Still loading, buffering. Let's try it again. Yeah. No video. So I don't know what happened there. Let me just test this. Okay, so yeah, video does work, just that one doesn't work. Wow, this looks like it's okay. So this is probably Doha. This is probably Doha at night. Looks like they're all watching the big screen. So there's a lot of fan zones. Hey, let's check that out. Actually, that's a pretty cool thing to keep an eye on. The FIFA fan zones in Doha. So if you're not familiar with what a fan zone is, it's basically just a closed off space where you got big screens and music and just gatherings and food and drinks where people, if you're not at the stadium, you go to the fan zone and you watch the games there. So there's probably all fans from all countries there, as well as the two teams that are playing right now. So you know what? Let's actually do that. FIFA fan zone. Let's check out to see if we can. Oh, look at the big screen right there. Yeah? Yeah. Wow. Look at this. What a great view. Very cool. With having the city in the backdrop there. So everybody's just staring at that big screen. This screen that you see right here. That's very cool. Let's just keep checking this out. Wow. Night with all those lights. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I hope you guys are seeing this. Yep. I went through much of the first half. Not sure if this was streaming or not. So again, looks like at least I got that going. Yeah, I got to fix the. It's actually mirrored on my screen, so it looks like I'm looking away from it. But I'm really looking at it. But now I'm not even looking at anything. So I'll fix all of these things. But this is cool. So this is the FIFA fan zone. So if we go back to Google Maps, actually, let's just see where that is in relation to. Fan zone. So they might be referring to it as the FIFA Fan Festival, actually. So the FIFA Fan Festival. So I know it was referred to as the Fan Zone, but this looks like it's the Fan Festival. And hold on, I gotta share that screen with you, so give me 1 second. So, alright, and again, I'm doing this by myself, so just give me a second. I gotta do a few clicks and a few typing of things on the keyboard. But I'm almost done here. It's like magic almost sometimes, right? Sometimes it does feel like that. And here we go. So 3, 2, 1. Whoop. So that fan zone that we just saw a few pictures of, they are right here. So in relation to where they're playing right now, they're somewhere over here where I'm clicking the mouse point. Right there, up top. So more or less that's where the stadium is. And so we have people all down in Doha watching here at the FIFA Fan Festival. So this is now, so now actually going back to looking, I'm gonna go back to the pictures, but if they're over here at the red pin, the backdrop that they see is going to be all of these cities like down over here by like the museum, by more of the downtown, I think they call it the financial district here of Doha, right? So all of these big buildings are the backdrop of what we saw in those pictures, right? So referring to these, of course. Very cool. Very cool. Right there, all that background. Nice. So yeah, Twitter very helpful with that. And let's just go back to Ecuador. Qatar. Cool. So we're already into extra time. There's actually 5 minutes of extra time in the second half. Ecuador is just playing possession. This game, you know, it did end on a much more quiet note. The action was in about the first 15-20 minutes, which I missed most of that on my own little technical glitches. But it does appear that Ecuador is going to come out with the victory, 2-0. It is not over for Qatar, though. There are other games to be played. And with that in mind, that means there will be more streams to be had, right? And again, I'm not doing this for again any sort of business or anything like that, or just to try to make money on YouTube or whatever. Like the purpose of these World Cup streams, like what you see here, Stream 90, I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna change it. I just wanted to test some things, and it was just a random name that I thought. But yeah, if you made it this far, or if you're watching the replay, or if I asked maybe just for you guys to catch up over here, let me just share that, you know, I'm gonna be doing as much of this as I can. And actually, let me do it this way. Ready? So it'll just move me down to the middle over here. I'm going to be doing this for, you know, as often as I can. Again, because the World Cup is so fast-paced this year, because of the shortened window, and because it's done much later in the year than it is normally in the middle of the year, or the June-July calendar months, it's going to be tough for me to try to commit to do every single one. But I only yelled goal twice, and there were no goals in the second half, so you didn't even hear me yell goal, right? But with that in mind, we'll see if we can get other people to join us. We'll see if I can get my lighting fixed, because it's very dark and I actually forgot to even turn it on. And I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this because it's only going to get better. And so I look forward to documenting this process. If you're ever curious about learning how to launch a YouTube channel, I'm just going to do it so that I can teach you the basic steps, right? Depending on what you want to do and how you want to do it, whether it's like a live watch along or you don't want to do it live and you just want to upload videos. Really, you know, it's a lot of the same beginnings here. So it looks like everybody's a little upset with how the game has been unfolding. But listen, it's the first game, and it's also everyone's just excited because it's been a while since we got to watch some World Cup football, soccer, football. I'll learn the other translations of soccer, football. But yeah, that is kind of where we're going to leave off today. So I look to have some more guests, a little bit more production, a little bit have some fun. We'll do some quizzes. We'll go back to the Google Maps. We'll visit every city, every country that's playing. We'll review some of their cities, and review. We'll take a tour, I should say, of their. Yeah, let's see here. Ecuador's fifth all. That's an interesting stat. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, and that is the game. That is the game. The game is over. It is final. It is final. Ecuador won 2-0, and it looks like as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is their fifth win all time in the World Cup. So, they won twice in 2006. So actually, Ecuador also played the first game in 2006 because that was in Germany. So they, or was that Costa Rica? Oof, I'm already drawing a blank now, so I might be off. Don't hold me to that. You know what? Let's just find out. That one last little stat. I want to fact check that right now. Ecuador, Germany, 2006. And I believe, yep, so they were also Group A then. So it was Costa Rica. All right, I knew Germany and Ecuador were in the same group, but the first game was actually Germany-Costa Rica. So I stand corrected. But Germany did play Ecuador at that time. Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, but that's it. So hey, everybody, I appreciate you watching. I know that in the live chat, the stats might look like no views and no subscribers, but I honestly didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. I didn't share the links for the live. The views that you see will be from replays. They'll be from me, and it's also for me to get used to the editing, the YouTube platform, to come up with a format to be able to then also stream it on Twitch. But I do look forward to doing this. This is the tournament's fun. You can involve politics and everything else all you want, like the controversies. I think the news is the news, and people will report what they want to report. But it's just a matter of if you're watching this and you want to watch it with me, then join. Just look for live World Cup watch along. There's going to be a whole bunch of them, so check the other ones. I don't care. When I say I don't care, I just mean there's so many options, right? So you could subscribe, or you don't have to. It's all good. And I look forward to tomorrow's games. And so once again, what are tomorrow's games? Let's leave on that note. World Cup schedule. So tomorrow's games are, once again, this is not the right time, but it doesn't matter. So the first game, right? We'll just put it that way. The first game is England against Iran, and then it's going to be followed up with Senegal versus the Netherlands. And also with USA versus Wales. So just Google from your computer and it'll show you the right time. My settings are off, but those are the three games for tomorrow: England, Iran, Senegal, Netherlands, USA, Wales. And then, starting on November 22nd, we get 4 games a day. So we'll see how we do. But let's have some fun with this. I appreciate you all for watching. Until the next one. Bye-bye.